Hi friends, we are at Pattadakal in Karnataka. This is one of the two World Heritage Sites in Karnataka, the other one being Hampi, where we'll be heading to. Just trying to show you around. It's very difficult to actually try and capture this by camera because it's a huge complex. So Pattadakal is also a part of the Chalukyan Empire ruins. This is where the coronation ceremonies and all the important religious activities, royal religious activities if I can call them, happened here. This is the main temple where the kings and the princes used to pray. By the way, this was built during the regime of Vikramaditya. There's a lot more behind those larger temples, etc., that I'm not able to show, but this is the best vantage point that I could get. Hi friends, I'm standing in Hampi and you're looking at the Virupaksha temple, the most famous temple of Hampi. As many of you might know, Hampi is or was the capital city of the great Vijayanagar Empire. Just showing you around. So this whole thing is the Virupaksha temple complex. Huge. That's the main gate. The high structure in the middle of your screen now is actually a gate that was donated by a different king, the king of Orissa, I am told, at that time, 13th century. There are more than 2,000 temples in Hampi. The light's fading a little, so I'm going to try and show you around as much as I can and as quick as I can. Standing here, a very famous Vishnu temple. 80% of the temples are Vishnu temples and 20% of the temples are Shiv temples. The terrain is spectacular. It's full of these huge boulders that you can see all over. And most of the idols and plenty of the temples were actually single rock temples that were chiseled out of a single piece of rock. So people who wonder how the material was taken to the temples, the material was never really taken to the temples. The temples were made where the material was, and in fact this whole city was made where the material is, that is Hampi. And you can see that the hills actually around us are very rocky. Hardly any mud here, it's all rock. Those who are familiar with some geology might realize that this is igneous. This is an igneous plateau, so it's made up of. It was formed after volcanic activity in the region. Just trying to show you around as much as I can. This is just a very small part of Hampi. It will take days and days, if not months, to see Hampi fully. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. If you can see the river there in your background, that is the Tungabhadra river, the famous Tungabhadra river. So Hampi is actually built along the banks of Tungabhadra. And on the other side of the river is also another part of the kingdom, not really Hampi. It's called Anepundi and some other villages. Anepundi, which is on the other side of the river. I'm trying to walk towards that side now. I mean close to the river, so you can see the river now there. Anepundi was actually the capital of the Vijayanagar kingdom before Hampi was founded. And of course the kingdom was not called Vijayanagar back then. There have been many names that have been used for this area. Vijayanagar was only formed towards the end of this kingdom. especially during the reign of Krishna-dev Rai, the very famous and beloved emperor of this region. So wherever you go in Hampi, you find temples and structures and tourists, of course. It's overcast today. I actually came here hoping that I'll see the sunset, which is happening right here, and I could see the sun rays directly on the main facade of the temple, but that did not happen because there are clouds. So I thought I'll shoot this video for you. Highly recommend it. Please do get in touch with me if you plan to come here. Bye. So our guide Rajkumar, who's also a music expert, is going to demonstrate how these pillars were used to produce sounds, right? I've already talked about and written about the music, the temple of music, which you can actually see there in the background, most of which is now not at what it used to be, and some of it is in ruins, but ASI is trying to work on it, so it's closed for the time being. But Rajkumar is actually going to show us how these pillars, which have varying diameters and varying distances between them, actually produce the sound. Rajkumar, if you could show us, please. Hi friends, you're looking at the famous Mysore palace, which is of course in Mysore. Beautifully maintained premise. I'm going to show you from where I actually entered. Even the entrance is very grand. That's the door I came in from. There's one temple here on the right of the entrance on my left. And you can go in to the palace from there, which I would do towards the end. On Saturdays and Sundays and public holidays, the palace is illuminated with some 96,000 bulbs for an hour. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it on a Saturday or a Sunday. Today is Friday and I'm leaving tonight. So I actually waited for the sun to be at the appropriate place for photography, which it is now. It's very optimal. Showing you around the other side. Probably used to be the main door, because it is, directly facing the courtyard of the palace. There's a lot of sun this side, so the exposure will be a little less. Try and take you to the facade now of the palace. It's a bronze statue of a lion, beautifully made. The main facade of the palace. Alright, I'll hurry now and take some photos before the sun sets. Morning friends, I'm in the historical city of Mysore, showing you around the Saint Philomena's church in Mysore. Yes, Mysore has an historic church as well. We all only know about the palace here. Construction started in 1939, finished in 1951. In fact, the king of Mysore at that period actually laid the foundation stone. So there you go, Indian secularism at its best. But it's a tremendous structure. From a distance almost reminds you of a typical European cathedral. As is the case with most churches, exceptionally maintained. Community services and some shops here. A lot of tourists around. Today is the weekend, so just gonna try and pan in a little to allow you to see the structure again. Quite tall. I'm going to take you to the facade so you can have a front view of the place. Okay, so there you go. The Maharaja Krishna Rajendra Bahadur laid the foundation stone. Bishop of Mysore built it 31 to 41. I said 39. Forgive me for that. Just gonna go a little far away so you can get a view of the whole thing. They're erecting the ropes now, so possibly it's mass time or something. Magnificent, isn't it? School children there, preparing for the PT exercise, I guess. Tourists. Alright, I'm heading. I'm not going to take you to the left side, it's the same structure as you saw on the right earlier. Good morning friends, I am at the beautiful 13th century temple, the Keshwa temple at Somnathpur in Karnataka, 40 kilometers east of Mysore. I'm sorry for the ambient sound because there are school and college students here, absolutely hopeless. Just a matter of time before this temple collapses with such people around. I'm sorry, I'm in a bad mood because of them. I'm going to try and show you around as much as I can. This is the main entrance. So not facing me but facing the temple. I'm standing at a better vantage point. Beautiful. Very intricate carvings as well. That's the entrance, of course. In reasonable shape for something that was made 900 years ago, and with the sort of treatment that it's been getting now with our tourists really on rampage. So I forgot to mention this was made during the reign of King Narasimha III, Hoysala king, of course. There's some ASI work going on over here, so I can't really. I'll actually try and take you, but the scaffoldings might block the view a little. Not much the ASI can do if the people don't want to keep their heritage intact. The rear side. Alright, my passage is blocked and it's too noisy here. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hi, good afternoon friends. I am in Halebiddu, I pronounced as Halebiddu locally, and we're looking at the famous Hoysaleshwara temple, as the name suggests, built in the 12th century by the Hoysalas kings, one of the 3 or 4 major South Indian empires, of course. I haven't quite seen something on these lines yet. I'm going to take you around and show you the temple, first from the outside and in the second part of this video from the inside. Carvings on the base are, the bottom row is of elephants, the one above it is of lions. Most of the heads are broken, the lion heads are broken by now. As you look upwards, there are carvings depicting scenes from the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, of course. Something which is a commonality between most Hoysala temples. Even non-Hoysala, even the Chalukyan temples and the Vijayanagaran temples at Hampi and in Badami, etc. bear the same hallmark. It's a holiday today, so it's quite crowded. People blocking the view to some extent. Showing you the intricate carvings.
ಬಟ್ ಈ ಸಲ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪುರಾಣ ಕಥೆಗಳಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಮತನ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಇದೆ. ದೇವತೆಗಳು ರಾಕ್ಷಸರು ಕ್ಷೀರ ಸಾಗರ ಕಡೆ ಅಮೃತಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಸಾಗರ ಕಡೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ತುಂಬ ಸಲೀಸವನ್ನು ಅಗ್ನಿ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಂದವರ
It's going to continue eastwards. Separate section of the temple outside the main temple, housing a big Nandi there. I'm not going to go inside because this is a very large temple and I have to cover it from all the four sides view. Moving along. There's another separate temple here which also houses a Nandi. There are two here. The first one we just saw and the second one parallel to this. I'm gonna go hurry to the other side because that's the side from where we can get the sun for better light, so you can look at the carvings on the other side of the temple instead. This is the second one, the one I just showed you, that houses a Nandi. Really intricate carvings here. Okay, now we are up against the sun. You can see the carvings here now in the bright light. Just moving a little far away, as far as I can. I can't move any further because this is at a slight height. Just to give you an orientation of the temple. There are some reliefs that are placed outside. There are two of them you can see there. The one on the right is a big Ganesh. The one on the left I'm not able to make out from here. Perhaps a Narsimha relief. This is the rear side facing east. So I've not really confirmed, but this might actually be the main entrance because in Hindu culture obviously everything auspicious has to face east because the sun rises from the east, right? It's quite identical to the other one that you saw, this section I mean. Okay, here we can see some really intricate carvings, sculptings. This side of the temple is the best preserved. So you can see even some of the lions have their heads. Another reason that most of the sculptings and the carvings that can be reached by hand are broken. I don't blame any foreign mercenaries or invaders for that. I blame the simple Indian tourists for that. Excellent section here. All the Hindu deities, Lord Shiv there you can see in his famous Tandav pose here. Right there. Sorry, I can't take you any higher. Narsimha here. Shri Krishna there.
चलते रहो, रिकॉर्ड क्या करेगा?
अंदर पानी निकलता है, यहाँ से नीचे जाके
बहुत महान काम होता है, हम जानते हैं। चलो ना, बड़ा पूरी में चलो।
Again, some very well preserved carvings here. I'm surprised this temple doesn't have a UNESCO World Heritage tag to it. Perhaps there is a quota system, and India already has too many of them, and too many of those are temples anyway. So, because I'm sure if this would have been in some other nation, I'm sure this would be a World Heritage site. World Heritage status also helps because it gets some more support from the central government in the form of money and attention, of course, and help from the ASI in preservation, which sadly is not very good as of now.
told you I give my recharge. He was very particular to buy Duracell.
I just put bag में battery there. It will go up. Go man. Last months हो गए. I hardly see 20 snaps here. Is it? Okay, the battery go. What battery will you put?
And with this I complete the full 360 degrees around the Hoysaleshwara temple here in Halebiddu. Just panning out a little. There you go. You can read about the temple, complete information about it on the link below this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good evening, friends. I'm at again the 12th century Hoysala temple, Shri Chennakeshwa. It's a Vishnu temple in the city of Belur in Karnataka. This is the gate. So I'm inside the compound looking at the gate from the inside. That's the direction the sun is. When I turn around towards the temple, the sun will be, at us. Showing you the compound. Similar to what I've seen at Vijayanagar, which was of course 400 years after this. Because there's this provision for a market within the compound. You can see these erstwhile shop spaces, if I can call them. Just zoom in a little for you. Those. And I'm panning towards the temple, the main structure. There it is. Grand. Absolutely. I don't have much memory, so I'm gonna try and hurry for you. It's the main gate, of course. Beautiful carvings all over. Lord Vishnu in the center with his 10 avatars encircling above his head. I'm showing you a few of the very intricate carvings here.
Monkey just looking at the grapes, it is not getting the grapes. Suddenly disappointed monkey sucking his finger in the sad face. And the lady also disappointed because after her makeup she is waiting for the husband. The husband is not in a proper time. She feels separated. Lady disappointed with the husband. Monkey
There are 43 such statues. The one I just showed you. There's another one there. 42 in fact. I'm just gonna quickly take you around. It's very crowded, it's a weekend. Forgive me for that.
The second one was the lady with the red flag.
Show you a few of the carvings from up close. I'll try and just focus on these for you. Change the distance. There you go. Should be clear now. Statue of the lady performing Bharatnatyam there. Let's focus for you again. 3 angles to the body. Drum to head 1, the torso 2 and the hip below 3. Statues continue, there are around 42. 4 inside, 38 outside. Now we have the sunlight in favor of us. Crystal clear. I don't understand why, but I must show you this. Okay, scribbling is understandable, but I can't use a tripod here according to ASI. I ran out of space, so I had to clear my card a little, so I'm going to just hurry a little bit for you. The intricate work in the Very intricate work indeed. That temple there was actually a prototype where they first tried to make a model temple. Took 20 years to build the prototype, around 100 years to build the full one. The real one, I mean. I don't have much space on my card. The commonality between most Hoysala temples is that the base always has elephants, followed by lions. In this case, followed by horses.
ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಮ್ಮವರು ದೇವರಂತ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾವು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು
Just showing you the compound around a little before I come back to the main structure. Mostly Vishnu and Vishnu's avatars. Avatars stands for incarnation. The water that touches the idol, Vishnu idol inside, is drained here.
ನಮಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಲು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೈ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಇನ್ನ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ
More of those statues outside. Just trying to avoid noise in vain. Very intricate indeed. And we are almost at the entrance again, the main entrance to the temple. And we return to the main entrance.